February 7, 2016, Mark Carter was named head coach at South Mountain High School. The Jags had won just 6 games the previous 6 seasons, but in many ways he saw quite a bit of himself in the program he was taking over.
I'm a direct reflection of them. You know, I came from the same things that they come from. I'm cut from the same cloth. You know, the one thing about the kids at South Mountain, they're really resilient. They're tough, kind of lower socioeconomic, kids looking for some direction. Just gives them some hope and gives them something to look forward to.
Later, twin brother Marcus, who coached with Mark when both were assistants at Cactus and Central High School, was named the co-head coach at South.
We always dreamed that, like, what can we do if we did this together? And I wouldn't want it any other way. My mom and my dad would dress us alike until the 8th grade. They would make us share things, and it became natural. And so, with Mark and I, we never really mapped it out and was like, I'm gonna do this, you're gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. It was a seamless thing, and we came here as hands, and we're gonna leave here as fists. And so that's the main part, is when you get all these different personalities and ethnicities and backgrounds and all this stuff, and you get them to mesh together. These experiences are gonna always live on for me. And these guys, man, they know that we would do anything for them.
Lord bless us. All right, Lord bless us with this good weather, good people, all right, good vibe. The cameras is on. Let's go. Show up and show out. Here we go. Oh, yeah. CTC on 3, family on 6. 1, 2, 3. CTC. 4, 5, 6. Let's get it. Let's get it.
Let's go. Come on, let's go. On your butt. Oh, yeah. Hit the ground.
The Jags are led by a pair of senior two-way stars in Xavier Palmer, who tallied 124 tackles the last 2 years, and Devontae Money Ingram, who already holds a handful of college offers at both cornerback and wide receiver.
To be a South Mountain Jaguar for me is like, you have to have pride, you have to be respectful, you got to respect your teammates, your coaches, your surrounding people, and then you got to be tough.
Once I seen the seniors graduate last year, I had a talk with Coach Marcus and Coach Mark. I always talk to him, ask him questions how I can be a better leader. So that was one of my goals coming in. Whenever you need your brother, you can call on him, text him, coaches come through. Like, we help each other with everything outside of football. We can play the game with each other. It's just a family thing.
We're not going to be these guys that watch stuff and let it go on. We're better than that. That's the SOS. That's the same old South. All right, CTC, guys, get this stuff together. Let's go.
We wanted to put a stamp on the community and something positive, and CTC and changing the culture is something that was needed. We wanted to give that South Mountain community CPR, and so I thought CTC was something that will, uplift them and resurrect the community.
Part of changing the culture is also remembering the past and South's rich athletic history, like brothers Terry and Brian Fair. Terry was a star cornerback at Tennessee and first-round pick of the Detroit Lions in 1998, while older brother Brian was a two-sports standout at South and all Big East guard at UConn. Now it's Brian Fair Jr.'s time.
It means a lot, I gotta carry on my uncle's legacy and my father's legacy, and I'm just the next one in line to do so.
I just want Brian to be Brian. He's not me. He's a lot better than me. He doesn't know that yet, but he's getting there.
A lot of people would stop and talk to my dad, be like, "Oh, you're Brian Fair from South Mountain High School." And I'm gonna say, like, around 6th grade, I started to realize how big of an athlete he was in the community. There's a lot of things I could work on, and by the time I graduate, I'm gonna be one of the best receivers in the state, if not the nation.
The South Mountain bond is shared not only by the players, but the assistant coaches as well, many of whom have taken a road less traveled to be a part of the Carter staff.
I was really closed off. I lost my little brother, lost my nephew, and really didn't trust people. So, to sit down with them, talk to them, and for them to love me up the way they did, that made me trust them. And I got involved in some stuff I shouldn't have been involved in, started hanging out with the wrong crowds. We were going to house parties, doing things we had no business doing. And you know, one day I just woke up and realized it was no good for me. My kids are what changed my life, honestly, because I know no one's gonna take care of my kids the way I do. We're in a neighborhood where gangs are everywhere, and they're trying to get these kids to come hang out, so we got to give them a place to go, and that's why I do the things that I do.
I got saved when I was 17 years old. So I've been in the church most of my life. I'm born and raised South Phoenix, and so I love the community. It's part of my DNA. I enjoy bringing joy into people's lives, whether I do that through laughter or through the Word of God. There's definitely a parallel message between the church and the football field.
It's a jungle, a lot of animals, noises, just wild chaos, running around, laughing, giggling. But when coach says lights off, everyone fake sleep for a good 10 minutes, and then we be back up running around. But last night we didn't get a lot of sleep.
Lights are out at 10, but not everybody's necessarily asleep.
Believe me, I'm definitely sleeping. I'm not awake. I'm trying to go to sleep.
Drive, good. Knock it out, good.
They're doing a great job, so I'm very pleased right now. You know, the morning conditioning has been the best thus far since we've come up here. The enthusiasm has been through the roof. I appreciate the process. You guys just been working your tails off all week. The bar's been set every day. Been coming out working. I mean, usually we have 4, 5, 6 guys sitting on the side by day 3. There was nobody sitting. Nobody. There was people working.
They're like father figures to me. They tell me how to be mature, how to be disciplined and all that. I learned most of that from them.
When I first came, I was quiet. I thought that I wasn't gonna get attached to this team very fast, or I thought I wasn't gonna be comfortable with it. But after a couple of weeks, I really I felt this team.
Everybody wants to help you and help you grow and keep you better, and everybody here has your back, even the coaches. It goes farther than football.
When you're forced to be together like this, it builds bonds. It builds a brotherhood out here on the team.
No one quit. They wouldn't allow anyone to quit, and they did it with class. They weren't yelling at them. They weren't fussing at them. They just motivated them. And this senior class is our first group of seniors since Marcus and I have been here, and it's just hard for me to put in words without getting emotional about how proud of them I am. My staff is amazing, and I won't say mine, I say our. Those men, they sacrifice a lot, and like you said, they don't get a lot of recognition, but they are the backbone.
I can't even put it into words. I'm getting a little emotional just thinking about it because they're just family. Yeah, man, it's like I said, it just get me emotional just thinking about it because I don't think I'll ever get to repay them.